hate the yellow.
What's wrong with the yellow?
I don't. It looks like mustardy. Okay, so we're here with Vince. We're here in my lovely living room.
Howdy.
So Vince is from High Tech. We reached out to him because we wanted to make our 3D printed rings, these guys. Pizza. We wanted to make them injection molded. And this is potentially the fruits of our 1 year worth of labor.
Almost.
I will say very quickly, like, I really went into injection molding thinking like, wow, 3D printing has all these limitations. Injection molding is going to be so much better. It's going to be able to do everything. And then, like, immediately he's like, well, we can't do this. We can't change that. Like, it has its own limitations. So as you find, like, every manufacturing style.
Yeah, it does. The upsides of injection molding, you get great detail, very durable parts, and you can make them fast.
The idea being, we're injecting plastic really high speed and high pressure into a mold.
Yep.
And then it cools really quickly, and then some piece of metal like pops it off and it falls into a bin.
Yep.
And then you go, yay!
That's true.
I have not seen these.
Yep.
Ooh.
So this is like...
What have we... Oh, hold on. I want to look at this. Check it out.
So, you know, like compared to the 3D printed parts, you'll see a lot higher gloss on these. And structurally, they should be pretty good.
Oh yeah. They're strong, but they have a little bit of flex.
Yeah, because that's the ABS.
Yeah.
So it's also the material. For the print, so those are foil stamped.
Foil stamped. So what does that mean?
Here's my explanation. So you put like a bunch of these onto a plate.
Yep.
Machine that looks kind of like a hydraulic press goes BAM! And then it puts white on everything and then comes up.
Yep.
BAM! It went better than you expected.
Yes, absolutely.
How often does that happen?
Not often do we design the tool, run the parts, and have to do almost nothing to it.
And that was almost the case here?
Almost. We had one mistake. We have a low O.
It's better than... I'm trying to make a D joke. It's not gonna work. I don't know.
So if you look from the side, the O isn't as deep as it should be, which we didn't know till we go to foil stamp it, and the foil hits everything but that one O. So that insert, just like the one there, is in the shop, and they're taking some steel out to have it match the others.
Oh wow! Look at this clear. Look how good that looks.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Dang.
So yeah, one of my questions on that was whether you wanted to stay with white or would it be better with a different colored tape
What?
on
That
it?
looks amazing.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
So the reason I say that is we had
Well, if you put it on like a white...
it was on a white table,
Oh, sure.
and I'm like, I can't read it.
Yeah, but I mean, you could still read it.
I could.
Let me see. I mean, it's...
Oh,
alright.
but look out! But you're never doing. You're always putting it on like a map or like a
Yeah,
tan thing.
sure.
Like, it looks great.
That's
I'm
true. It'll
glad
be
you
on
like
like a
it.
mini, so...
So we have to have a disclaimer. Like, don't use these in a bright white void. I love how like freaking detailed it is.
Yeah.
It's like perfect.
So
Which is such a compare to like look at 3D printed, injection molded.
It's kind of like 480p versus 1080p.
Yeah, really. Like you don't know what you're missing until like you see.
well, we knew.
Oh, sick burn.
And by the way, I'll mention really quick. Pittsfield, Mass. If you're nearby, or even if you're not, like, and you need a injection molder, a
Thank you.
tooler, a manufacturer, they've been nothing but great to work with. So just FYI.
We're plastics guys, so
plastics guys.
I just want to say one word to you. Just one word.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Plastics.
Where's the red? The amount of like research and development right, from Luke making the rings in the first place through to redesigning for injection molding, through picking the colors, through picking the orientations, through sampling and testing, to redoing the letter because the letter on one of them is wrong.
So we've got over 400 hours in.
400 hours.
Just on high-tech side.
We must have at least at least that much on our side as well. So there's like 1,000 man hours into this product.
On something you're already making.
On something we're already making. This is just an improvement. It's and also money. Tens of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
I'm not going to go into super detail on that, but tens of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
For a ring with words on it.
But you want it right.
We made the molds in China, and then you're manufacturing here in Massachusetts.
To make one of these here with the polish work and everything, I don't know, we're probably $1,200 or something.
Well, and it costs what, 400?
Yeah, like 400.
You lose.
If it was only a few pieces, no big deal.
Yeah.
But we had 72.
Yeah, I mean that would have been
prohibitive.
cost prohibitive, right?
Yeah, it's prohibitive.
Our reason for going with a U.S.-based manufacturer at first, at least, was that we were like, oh, we've already had experience, which we've talked about, with stealing our models and you know, ripping us off. So we were thinking like, well, we don't want to make them in China because like maybe some of them go out the back door and then suddenly we have a competitor at half the price because they didn't have any investment costs, whereas we had all this sunk cost that we need to make back. That was our thought. Now we have multiple competitors, so whatever. But it's still not like, I feel good about being able to say like, hey, we manufacture something in the US. That's awesome. And like, I could go drive and see Vince and pick up the stuff.
It's 106 miles.
Massachusetts.
We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I think, you know, at the end of the day, the system we built for this is super flexible. It was expensive in the front,
Oh yeah.
but it's super
He wants-
effective
he
to
wants
do
us-
more with it easily.
He wants us to add more rings.
I think
Like
so.
different kinds of rings?
He wants us to add different kinds of rings. Well, but that's the cool thing. If Wizards said tomorrow that, hey, we're putting out a new edition and we're scrapping half our spells and we're doing new spells, which I don't think they're going to do, but if they did, we could respond and switch up our operation. I think that'd be a lot harder for other guys to do because I don't think their systems are as
Flexible,
interchangeable.
yeah. So it's very customizable what we have. So it's really easy to add additional conditions and things like that. And I think that's going to be some value. And again, whether we want to change the color or the top color or the text, we got a lot of options.
Awesome.
So for the top color foil, when we did a scratch test,
Oh no.
we weren't too psyched about it.
Oh, it's not easy.
It's not
It's
not
coming off,
great
though.
though. It's not.
Yeah, if you have Cheetos hands, that's not going to work.
So the foil stamp machine guys said
Oh, wow.
this isn't okay,
Oh, wow, good
and they
catch.
said try this one, and right away we're like, oh, there's a huge difference here.
Oh, wow,
So-
look at that. So, and if we had gone with a Chinese manufacturer and they'd used the wrong stamp, and then we got them, yeah, and this would happen. And then it's a matter of like contacting a Chinese manufacturer to redo it, explaining what's wrong. Like, what a disaster that would have been.
It would have been.
You win.
And this is why we sample everything, right? So this is just pre-production samples
Wow.
where we try things, optimize things, work it out.
Savior of the condition rings. It's high tech. Here was the big X factor for me. We weren't sure how big to make the rings. Are minis going to actually fit
I wish I had one of these.
well into these? So like, I guess I can just take anyone. Oh,
Look at that.
I didn't know if it was gonna fit.
How are you dropping this on me now?
We said like
Why don't you send me one of these things? I would have checked it out.
no. We said like, hey, it's got to be a little larger. than this. Oh, like,
but you know.
yeah, cool. Whew. Whew. The whole thing's been worth it.
Was the orc stunned? Did the wizard cast invisibility?
When combat gets hectic, don't get weighed down. Viridian condition rings are the perfect D&D accessory, featuring 360-degree text, bright colors, and 45 unique conditions. Order now at rings.viridiangaming.com.